Good afternoon. I'm Kenya McDuffie, at-large council member and chair of the Council's Committee on Business and Economic Development. Today's Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, and we are convening this additional meeting of the committee in person in room 120 and via Zoom. We're also streaming live on YouTube and on the council's website. The time is now 2:32 p.m. and I'm calling to order this additional meeting of the committee. For the record, I'd like to note that we have a quorum which consists of myself and Ward 6 Councilmember Charles Allen and Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto. Today, the committee will consider and vote on the following measures: proposed resolution 25-388, the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board Donovan Anderson Confirmation Resolution of 2023, and proposed resolution 25-475, the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board Silas H. Grant Jr. Confirmation Resolution of 2023. PR 25-388, the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board Donovan W. Anderson Confirmation Resolution of 2023 was introduced on September 18th, 2023 by Chairman Mendelson at the request of the mayor and referred to the committee on October 3rd of this year. The committee held a public roundtable on the resolution on October 25th. If approved, the proposed resolution would confirm the reappointment of Donovan Anderson as a member of the and as chairperson of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board for a term to end on May 7th, 2027. Mr. Anderson has served on the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board since 2015 and currently serves as the chair. Outside of his board service, he is a dedicated public servant and has been an advocate for DC families with special education needs for nearly 20 years, both inside and outside of the school system. In 2000, he started his own law firm that specializes in representing families of children with special education needs. He received his Bachelor of Arts from Colgate University and a Juris Doctor from Georgetown University Law Center. Mr. Anderson is a 22-year resident of the District of Columbia and currently resides in Ward 7. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilmember Pinto.
Hi, thank you so much. I want to thank you for holding this confirmation hearing today, and I have no doubt that these two nominees will be excellent fits on the ABCA board. I think ABCA serves as plays a really important role. And as we have more and more businesses, alcohol sales, cannabis shops, it's going to continue to be really important in their role to keep everything regulated and the added concerns around public safety that we've had with some of our late night establishments. I do just want to say, and this is nothing about these two nominees, that Ward 2 is home to over 35% of all of the liquor licenses in the city. And so I do think it's really important to have Ward 2 representation on the board in the future. I believe after we confirm these two nominations, we won't have any Ward 2 representation. And so want to make sure that that's something we're considering in the future, given our disproportionate amount of liquor license in the ward. But I look forward to supporting these two nominees today and working with you and ABCA going forward. Thank you.
No, I appreciate the concerns you raise, and I actually mentioned something to this effect during the hearing. It's not something that we're going to wait to the future to discuss, Councilmember Pinto. I think it is something that I'm already discussing in the present with the committee, and we'll be talking to the executive office of the mayor just to make sure that we're getting additional nominees that reflect some of the areas of the city that have lots more businesses. And so I appreciate you raising that, and I look forward to working with you and others who share our concern about making sure that there's additional representation on the board. They also have some room for additional members, and so hopefully that should not be a problem given the makeup of our city and I'm sure the number of people who are qualified to serve. Councilmember Allen.
Great. Thank you, Chairman.
Thanks so much. And first, my compliments to Councilmember Pinto for navigating driving and speaking in a hearing at the same time. It always makes me nervous when I see someone on. So well done, well done. To Chair McDuffie, I appreciate it. I'll just kind of add my 2 cents as well. I think we've got 2 good folks that are going to step forward to serve on this board. I'll note with Mr. Grant too, though, I've enjoyed working with him previously as council staff. And I think, especially as you kind of talk about where the board's going to be headed in terms of regulating and overseeing some of the cannabis businesses, I think his experience and time working at the council when a lot of those issues were being debated and legislation being crafted, I think will be helpful to kind of bring a context into the overall policy goals that the council was trying to achieve during that time too. So look forward to supporting them both, and appreciate your time.
And thank you, Councilman Allen. I'll also note, and I haven't gotten to him yet, he'll be the next nominee. But I was going to mention later, I'll mention it now, just because of what you raised, Councilmember Allen, but also Councilmember Pinto's concerns about public safety. I think Mr. Grant in particular brings a background, having worked on a number of those issues as well as a member of my staff. And even before being a part of my staff, just somebody who I leaned on heavily on the public safety work when I represented Ward 5 on the council for over a decade. And so I think that experience is similarly going to come in handy. He also is a former ANC commissioner. So, but let's get back to PR 25-388. Any more discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
The opposed? The ayes have it, and the measure is approved. Next is PR 25-475, the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board, Silas H. Grant Jr. Confirmation Resolution of 2023, which was introduced on October 6, 2023 by Chairman Mendelson at the request of the mayor and referred to the committee on October 18th of this year. The committee held a public roundtable on the proposed resolution on October 25th, 2023. If approved, the resolution would confirm the appointment of Silas H. Grant Jr. as a member of the Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Board, succeeding Ed Grandis for a term to end on May 7th, 2027. Mr. Grant Jr. has dedicated his life to community engagement and activism in the city and in the metropolitan area, and dedicates much of his time to volunteerism as well as developing the next generation of public leaders. He served as an elected official in the District of Columbia as a former advisory neighborhood commissioner and a former chair of the Ward 5 Democrats, and has assisted in the implementation of gang and violence prevention programs throughout the District of Columbia. Ms. Grant received his Bachelor of Science in Accounting from Hampton University and is a Ward 5 resident. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft.
I guess just since I accidentally spoke up Mr. Grant on the first nominee, if I could just incorporate my comments for his record as well.
Absolutely. It will be incorporated in the record. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I move the committee draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously, and the measure is approved. This concludes the additional meeting of the committee. There being no further business, the time is now 2:40 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you to you both, and thanks to staff.
Thanks.